In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this puzzle animation. First, we need an image. I'm using this Supergirl image that I have here that I created in MediaPlace. And we'll size it to our screen. Next, we're going to need a puzzle piece. And I'm going to provide this exact puzzle piece in the file. It has to be able to fit together, or you'll have to create all individual pieces. I created this one which fits into itself on all four different sides. And we're going to do it with just a 4-piece puzzle. It's the same thing for a 10-piece or a 20-piece, doesn't matter, but it's going to be the same process for a 4-piece as it would be for a larger amount. So I'm positioning it here, and you'll see that I turned it black, and the reason why I created the black puzzle piece is because we're going to use it for track mat, and so in order to be able to see the piece we need it to be black. So I'm just fitting the pieces in together here, and I said it's going to be 4 pieces, so we're going to duplicate each one of these twice. That's the third one. And now we're going to replicate the one that goes sideways one more time. And we're going to fit that in there. And if you get it just right, you should not see any of the other puzzle coming through. Now I'm going to scale it up a bit so that there's no black showing. Now I'm going to scale just the puzzle pieces. Once all of your puzzle pieces are in position, the next step is going to be to create a track mat for the puzzle's image itself. And the way we're going to do this is that I'm going to pull the image over to the side like so that we don't accidentally use it. And now one at a time I'm going to create a track mat for each one of these images. So this is my first one. So I like to name my puzzle pieces so I can keep track of them. I usually start in the top left with number 1, next one over is number 2, and so on. I just find that it's easier to keep track of which piece I'm working on. That would be piece number 3. And finally, it's going to be piece number 4 in the bottom right corner. So now that I have all the puzzle pieces numbered, I'm going to start doing the track matting. So now when I go to the drop down, I can actually find the puzzle piece I'm looking for. So you attach it to the right piece. You have to change the alpha, which I didn't do on this one, but I will go back and do it after. Now I'm going to do puzzle piece number 2. Same thing. I'm going to do the track mat. I'm going to track mat it to number 2. Turn on the alpha. And then I'm going to group the two of them together like I did with number 1. Now I'm going to do piece number 3. So I'm going to number 4 out of the way. Bring number 3 down. Bring the image over. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to track mat number 3 with part number 3. And once again, I forgot to turn on the alpha, so I'm going to have to go back and do that. And finally, it's piece number 4. And I'm going to go in and track mat that with piece number 4. And turn on the alpha as well. And now I'm going to group the two of them together also. So now I've got all 4 pieces created. I've got all 4 pieces grouped. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to fix the track mat, the alpha. Now here, as you can see, I've got 2 of them that are done correctly so far and 2 of them that are not. So the ones that have the alpha turned on, those are the ones that are showing up, as you can see here. I'm going to go in and do the track mat on this one and turn the alpha. And finally, I'm going to do the last piece, which is my number 3. And once again, I'm going to go in, turn on the alpha. And as you see, as soon as I turn on the alpha, you can see the puzzle piece. So now I've got all of my puzzle pieces grouped, turned on correctly. And I sometimes move stuff out of the timeline so I can see where it is on the canvas. Next step is I'm going to bring the original image down underneath. And now I'm going to just resize everything. Smaller size. I need the room so that we can put the puzzle pieces on the sides. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to move these out of the way for a second because I want to go in and turn on the blend mode for this one, and I want to use luminosity. I want to turn it gray like I did in the puzzle that I put on Facebook. Okay. So now there's only one thing left to do, and that's now to add motion to each one of these groups. And the way I do it is I use position. I click on right. And right now I'm working on piece number 1. So when you click on right, it's going to move it off to the side. And I click on advanced so that then I can go in and actually adjust the puzzle piece and put it wherever I want, which is going to be its starting position. Now I don't have my playhead all the way over to the left, which I should have, so that I can see the actual start position. Right now it's actually in a couple of seconds, so I'm going to have to fix that. And you'll see I'm going to fix that coming up in a second. So for the second one now, I also am going to add the motion, and once again I'm going to add the right. And you can add right to all of them. It doesn't make a difference. And the reason being that you're going to go into advanced settings and you're going to adjust them all anyway. You're going to put the puzzle piece where you want it. So I actually made a mistake here and I moved the puzzle piece, which I shouldn't have done. I should have used the advanced presets to move it. And there we go. And I'm actually going to rotate the puzzle pieces as well. As I mentioned in previous videos, when I make a mistake, I like to kind of leave it in because I want to show you some of the mistakes that you can make, that you're going to be, and how you can fix them. And also, this is, I've only done the puzzle one time so far, and so it's not something I'm used to doing. So I practice and try it a lot of times before I usually make the videos. But in this case here, I'm actually just doing, this is only my second time doing it. So I'm going ahead and just showing you some of the things that, some of the mistakes that I made as well as I was doing this. Like you can see that puzzle piece way off to the side. I'm going to bring that back in here using the X and Y position so that you can see how to do it, because you'll probably do the same thing at some point. Okay, now we're off to puzzle piece number 3. That's the one in the bottom left corner. So again, I'm going to go up to motion. I'm going to click on right. So in this case, I actually picked was left, so that it slides in from the right to the left. And I'm going to put the puzzle piece here close to the top right corner of the screen. And I'm going to do a little bit of adjustment here. And I'm going to do a little bit of rotation so that it's going to rotate into place as well. It might not be a bad idea to do your rotation first so that you can actually see where the parts of the puzzle are going to be sticking out. Now you'll notice too that we have 4 corner pieces of the puzzles here, and that happens because of the track matting. So only parts of the image is showing. The rest of the puzzle piece is still there, you just can't see it because of the fact that it's being track matted and there was no image there. And here's the last piece. That's the one from the bottom right corner, and we're going to, again, we're going to rotate it, and we're going to adjust the position, and once that's all done, we're going to scrub through and see what happens. And that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm going to recap everything at the very end, all the different steps. But basically, that's how you create a puzzle. I did notice one small thing here was that there was a little piece of the puzzle missing up towards the top right corner, and just for sake of the video and keeping it as short as I can, I'm not going to go back and fix that the way I normally would. You can see there's a little bit of gray showing up there. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to shorten the puzzle a little bit, and I'm going to add I'm going to add some blue color back there just to cover it up. But if I was actually doing this for for a customer or something, I'd go in and actually do it correctly. And here I'm adjusting the length of the motion so that the pieces slide in at different speeds. So here the puzzle fades in, the other pieces come in, and they all kind of close to, they come in around the same time, but there's a slight difference in the different pieces. And I'm just going to extend this out so that we don't lose that blue corner. And I'm going to just put the full puzzle piece in here without any of the motion, so that when it ends, there will not be a gray part up there. So to recap, here's what you're going to need to create this effect. You're going to need an image that you want to turn into a puzzle, and you're going to replicate that image for each piece of the puzzle plus 1. So if your puzzle has 10 pieces, you're going to need 11 of the image. You're also going to need a puzzle piece. I provided you one in the sample file, and the project file, I should say. And you can use that, or you can make your own. You're going to have to name all of your puzzle pieces, 1 to however many you're going to use. So in the case of this video here, we had 4 puzzle pieces, so I named them 1 to 4. And I suggest starting in the top left and working your way across the top and then going down to the next row, so that you know where everything is and it's easy to keep track of. Once you have that done, you're going to track mat each one of the images that you duplicated to a piece of the puzzle. And once you've track matted it, you're going to group the 2 of them together. And the reason why you have to group them is because you're going to add motion to the group itself. So once you've got all of your pieces track matted to each one of the puzzle pieces, or each one of the images to your puzzle piece, you're going to then group it, and you're going to add motion to each one. And the motion, you're going to go in and you're going to add right to every single one of them if you want, and then you can go in and just adjust them in the advanced settings. You're going to make sure that your playhead is all the way to the left, so that you can adjust your puzzle piece to where you want it in its starting position. And you can add your rotation. You don't have to, but you can add your rotation. You can add your left to right, up and down, so that it slides into place. I like to drag it across the puzzle, because that way it gives it more motion and there's more movement for the pieces flying around. Once you have that, you assemble everything. You turn your original +1 of the image gray, so that people will see what the puzzle is going to be before it gets assembled. Again, you don't have to do that, but that's just the way that I happen to do it. You don't have to show the puzzle if you don't want to. And that's it. Add your special effects at the beginning. I had my puzzle fade in, the black and white one, and that's it. You can put a message at the end once the puzzle is all put together.